Welcome to this short video which is going to be working with captions, and we're going to look at the caption structure that's available in S1000D. The caption element was introduced with the AirCrew data module in part of issue 1. It's now called the Crew. The element was intended to allow certain types of controls and indicators to be displayed in the Crew data modules without the problem of having to create an illustration. And the beauty of this was that it allows data modules to be rapidly created in the first place, if one of the controls or indicators is modified. For example, the caption or color or position even was changed. What do we mean by one of these panels? Well, I've got an example of one here, a picture of one. And that's perhaps a bit on the large side. But on some types of this panel, the display can also be a switch, a push switch. And that often causes the color to change, and sometimes there's even 2 or 3 different colors which are available because there's an input from elsewhere. But that's the sort of thing that the Crew caption can mimic. You can see from this illustration that in fact what I've done is to create part of that other panel using the caption elements. And you can see here that we've got several rows and several columns. It's virtually unlimited what you have, depending on the paper that you've got and that sort of thing. So this uses some of the Annunciator elements from that previous slide that we had. We've added extra colors here just to show that it's there. We're still not showing the full range of them. This is very easy to achieve, and of course if something changes, it's very easy to update. And although the original intention was that this caption element would be used only in the Crew data modules, it can be used in several other data modules as well. So whereabouts can those captions be used? Well, pretty well anywhere within the content of the data module. For example, within paragraphs or even within the entry of a table. This is the structure view for an issue 3 version of the table, the cap group. And you'll see that it looks very similar to a table structure, and that was designed so that in fact it is easy to use and relatively straightforward to implement. So it's similar to a table, so in the fact that it's got a body and there are rows and there are entries in the rows, and you can put text or a caption in there. And so it's very straightforward to do. So you can see once you become familiar with it, it becomes very easy to implement. To demonstrate this caption mechanism, we're going to do a simple layout, and it's going to be roughly like that that you can see on the screen now. And we're going to use an issue 4.1 descriptive data module to do that. So we're going to have a left-hand caption, we're going to have a caption line, which is a link between the two, and we're going to have a right-hand caption. There's no reason why you couldn't have 3 captions there, and as you can see, we've got different color backgrounds. And to give you an idea of what it's going to be like, here we have the screenshot of the structure view of that graphic of the caption, that we had on that previous slide. So that's what we're aiming for when we're going to be doing the work. So what we've got here is an issue 4.1 data module, descriptive data module, and I'm going to insert the caption that you saw earlier in there. I've already put in a level D element, and I put a title in. What we're going to do now is to go immediately and put in the caption group. So if I now insert the caption group, what we're asked now is, do we want to change the default settings? We've just chosen them as 3 columns and 1 row. You can then change that, like you can a table. You can change it to anything you like. So what we've got here is the element tag is caption group, the table format is table caption group. Don't change those at all. So we're going to have 3 by 1. So in this area here, and what we're going to do is, what I'll do is to make it a bit smaller. I'm going to insert a caption in that cell, and we'll insert that. And you can see what we can do now is to put in some text. So if I put in some text in there, let's call it left hand caption. And what I'm going to do then is in the right hand one, we'll put in a caption of, say, right-hand one. And I want to show you what you can also do. It's one of these things, it's possible under some circumstances, if you want to describe something, you can say it'll either be the left-hand or the right-hand caption. All I can do is to put in some caption text here and really just type in the word "or," for example. So what that gives me now is a caption on the left-hand side, a caption on the right-hand side, just a bit of joining text in the middle. But the thing you'll notice is that in fact it hasn't got any colours on the captions. So what we have to do is to go to, let me scroll it across a bit, then you can see it a bit clearer. Format captions. Let's bring it back. So when I do that in future, that's precisely what I'm doing. Now, you'll now tell me that, of course, it hasn't got any colour. Well, you're absolutely right, because the default colour is clear. So, and that's C009. So what I'm going to do is to change that one to, well, let's have green, shall we, which is C001. These are default settings. So what I'm going to do now is in this colour, change that to another one. Let's make that red, shall we, which is C004. If I now do what I did last time, format functions, format captions, you'll see that that's precisely what's happened. Now, you might think that that's perhaps a bit crowded. One of the things that you can do with captions, of course, is to change the size of them. And if we look at this one here, which is one caption, okay, so what we're going to do here now is to make the width, let's make the width 30 millimeters and the height 10 millimeters. So just click on there, and 30. You have to specify the actual measuring mechanism. And caption height, we'll make that 10 millimeters. Okay, so that's the right hand one done. Let's go to the left hand one. Width 30 millimeters. Caption height 10 millimeters. Now you'll notice that it hasn't made any difference at all to what you can see actually here. So what I'm going to do now is to do what I did last time. Format captions, and you'll see that it's actually spreaded. What I'm going to do now though is to make this one here a little bit bigger, because as you can see it's got a hyphen in it, so I don't like hyphens. So I'm going to make, but it'll make it slightly lopsided. What I'm going to do is to change that to 40 millimeters. Format captions, and it's spread it a little bit more. So you can change where the text is, you can change the vertical position of the text, you can change the horizontal position of the text to make it center if you want to, so that there is quite a large number of functions that you can do on this, and you can see it's quite a useful way of having something that would normally require an illustrator to do. Earlier in the presentation, I showed the file, showed a picture of a much more complicated one, and I've still got that loaded here. As you can see, what we've got here now is we've changed all the sizes of them. We've made all the sizes the same, and so therefore you can see exactly the sort of thing that you can do. I hope you found that interesting, and I hope that you'll find that it's quite easy to actually do these sort of things using our application. This is one of a number of short videos showing how to do various things using our Eclipse S1000D for FrameMaker. You can just go back to the beginning of the presentations and you will see from the website, you will see how to get at the others.